Hey everybody, I'm Zelda Master and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Last time we made our way to Hateno Village, in which we met up with Purah and how to fix our missing runes that were damaged on our Sheikah Slate. And you could say we reunited with Purah, as she was the one who actually put Link in the Slumber of Restoration 100 years ago. But anyways, with that done, we can now make our way back to Impa and let her know what has happened. But before I do that, there is something I want to do here in Hateno Village, and that is dye my armor. We picked up this soldier gear here in the village as well, but we can also dye it into different colors, which will be pretty nice. Pretty much the majority of outfits you get within the game can be dyed here, but there is a couple in particular, specifically the amiibo one, and one we'll be getting from Impa by completing the upcoming quest we have ahead of us, which has to do with piecing our missing memory. I'm excited to get that piece because it's pretty much Link's iconic outfit within this game, but sadly it can't be dyed. So let's dye this, which is the soldier set. Hylian soldiers have worn this, and I feel like, you know, having Link have it in black, it looks super badass compared to all the other colors, because the other colors don't really dye the armor itself, but this one kind of gives it a more of a darkish, blackish tint, and even the Triforce itself is completely black, so I really like it. And we have to use flint, which I find a bit weird for dye, but you can use anything from fish to food to whatever that is the color you're looking for when it comes to that dye. So it doesn't make much sense, but hey, if it works, it works. I'm not gonna question it. Let's just use the 5 pieces of flint we have, and voila, within seconds of being in a bucket of water and the flint, we managed to get this armor completely black, and it looks amazing in my opinion. Like I said, this has to be my favorite color set for this outfit in particular, but I'll be dyeing other outfits we can get within the game to different colors. But yeah, with that done, I guess we should go ahead and continue on. Now, Epona is just over there chilling. We haven't actually registered her, so if we leave her gone for too long, she'll eventually despawn. It takes a while though, like, you can teleport all around Hyrule and she might still be there, but there will be something that will have her disappear from the map, and when that does happen, I'll be sure to mention it, but it doesn't matter, as we can easily use the Twilight Princess amiibo and have her spawn again, so I'll get her another time. For the time being, we're going to be using the horse we actually obtained within this game, and that is Agro, because, you know, we tamed it rightfully, and I feel like, you know, I'd rather use a horse I got to name and use. Don't get me wrong, Epona is obviously the legendary horse that the hero spirit used many times before, but it doesn't really matter too much. Like I said, we can obtain her again, but anyways, yeah, before I do make my way back to Impa, as you can see, I decided to head over to the stable here, and the reason for that is because Impa's gonna have to wait a bit. Well, you do want to speak to her immediately so you can kind of open up a new side quest that will, you know, piece our missing memories. I want to get something for our horse that you can't actually give to Epona, so that's kind of the main reason why I don't want to use Epona. And what I mean by that is there is a specific saddle that you can put on your horse, and Epona can't have her saddle switched. You can only use the one that the game gives you, because it's supposed to be a legendary saddle that was used by, I guess, the previous heroes, or it's based off of it or something like that. I doubt they managed to keep the exact same saddle, but then again, they don't explain how Epona is still around when clearly it must be like a descendant of Epona or something, and they just call each one Epona. I don't know. It's not really explained, but then again, all the amiibo stuff within this game break the fourth wall, so I'm not here to figure out exactly how it fits canonically within the game. But anyways, yes, we have Agro, and I'm actually going to make my way over to this small path of this river, because there is a shrine we can get. Now, yeah, you do want to pass the Little Twin Bridge, as it's called, because this is the easiest way to find this shrine, and like I mentioned before, I'm not using any Sheikah sensor to find the shrine, so they're all off of memory, but don't worry, they're pretty easy to find once you've played the game, like, as many times as I have. So yeah, eventually you'll get it all down. Even though Hyrule is enormous, there's only 120 shrines in a place that can fit like 500 shrines, so the locations are easy to remember, and I feel like my bond with this horse is pretty high, yet sometimes yeah, aggro still decides to be annoying, and I absolutely hate that. But whatever. Anyways, oh look, there's a bloopy. I actually want to go ahead and take a photo of this, as we'll be able to see it on our compendium. This is a really, really rare creature we can find within Hyrule. And yeah, might as well take a photo of it, as there is a side quest that wants you to do that. Along with, you know, just in general, they're really cool to luck out. If you do hit them, they'll actually give you rupees. So let's see if we can land a arrow on it. Yeah, we did. Nice. Let's go ahead and actually pick it up. So just one red rupee. Not bad, though. I'll take it. Regardless, oh, look, there's a bear, which you can actually tame if you attempt to, you know, sneak up on it and jump on it, but I'm not going to bother with that. The bears are kind of rare to find within this game, but there is one always in this exact location, so if you ever are looking for one, you can find one here. But, okay, anyways, let's go ahead and blow up this wall, which has a little cave of sorts, and it holds a shrine, which should be pretty easy, as all the shrines that are surrounding the Great Plateau, I have to say, are the easier ones, because yeah, the game definitely expects you to take those on first, but I would say the difficulty doesn't really scale within this game to begin with, as you can really do anything in any specific order, so it doesn't really matter. The only thing I'm going to want to save for later on are tests of strengths that are meant to be major tests of strengths, because there's minor and modest, but those you can take on easily even early within the game. But the major ones, you need at least strong weapons. I don't want to break all my weapons on one Sheikah Shrine, so those are the only ones I'm gonna save until we do feel a lot stronger from mainly getting a bunch of weapons, and you could say upgrading our stamina and HP from the Spirit Orb. That's another thing that just gets Link gradually stronger. I'd say that's the main thing. That's the main sense of progression within this game. That, and the thing you'll be getting from taking on Divine Beasts. But okay, you don't need to really be accurate with these. Actually, I'm going to be a bit silly and not even try to align it perfectly, because it doesn't really matter. But yeah, this shrine requires the gyro controls, and I'd say it's a fun one, because you just have to just kind of tilt things and find a pathway that will get you across. And since there are many ways to do it, you can just kind of find what suits you best. I usually try to do something that gives me a lot of air so I can glide to the area. I don't need it to be accurate at all. So, okay, what I'm trying to do here, and I'm holding my, not my Sheikah Slate, because I'm not actually using a Sheikah Slate. I'm using a controller. I'm holding my controller really awkwardly, so I want to reset by, yeah, letting go of the whole motion aspect and then kind of repositioning my controller. Whoa, that was close. I didn't use my glider immediately, but there we go. We should get this small key, which we gotta pick up to complete this shrine, and then climb back up, and now we need to reposition it to make our way to the other side. So I'd say the easiest way to do this is just have this stairway over here, and then kind of tilt this as high as you can to where you can still climb it without sliding off. And the reason for that is because all we're gonna do is, instead of try to jump over here, we can use the air we're gonna gain and leap and glide like so. I'd say this is the easiest way to do it without like trying to be precise or anything. But by using this key, we managed to open up this door and complete the shrine. I find it weird to even use keys within this game, as you only can use them within very, very limited shrines within the game. Very few shrines within this game actually have a key that you can find and you'll need to like progress, which, yeah, keys are such a huge thing in The Legend of Zelda. And how did this monk stand on one foot for this line? You gotta commend him for that. But okay, anyways, yeah. Keys were very, very common within the Zelda series. You know, from the beginning, you've been using them. I don't want to say from the original Legend of Zelda. I don't even remember anymore. I don't believe so. But in general, keys have been around throughout the series for the longest time. And I'd say in this game, they're definitely not as important, and you barely even see them to begin with. But then again, so much has changed within this game compared to the rest of the series. They broke a lot of things from the Zelda formula, from you know, taking on temples to, oh, the bear's back. Okay, well, I'm just gonna leave him, but to the chests that I mentioned before, to just how you collect things. Everything is just a lot different, but I do like it. Again, a lot of people don't really consider Breath of the Wild like an actual traditional Zelda because it strays away from everything the series kind of built up. But I feel like what Nintendo did with this game, they found a new way to tackle it, and to me, someone who played Zelda my entire life, I feel like this is a refreshing way to do it. And I'm excited to see what they do with Breath of the Wild 2. If it will follow Breath of the Wild's concept with, you know, not even getting unique items. Instead of backtracking and getting specific items from certain dungeons that open up new pathways, you have everything from the beginning. And I don't know, I like both ways of doing it, because I do have a, you know, love for Metroid-like games, which I feel like are the definition of backtracking and using new items that you get from the beginning. You know, the 2D games and 3D games are all about that, and that's something Zelda kind of loosely did, but yeah, this game is nothing like that. I would say it'd be cool if they went for more of a Link Between Worlds route, where you still use unique items instead of the Sheikah Slate being your main item, but you had to purchase them from it being Ravio in A Link Between Worlds. But in general, just being able to pick any item you want and use those traditional Zelda items, but be able to get them at any point in time, letting you take on any dungeon in any specific order. That was a perfect balance of giving you the freedom you want and not entirely straying away from the Zelda formula. So if Breath of the Wild 2 does that, that would be pretty awesome, but I have no idea what we have in store. I could not wait for it. Obviously, this is to hype me up for the series. I had to do a, you know, Let's Play that will kind of be like a refresher to this game, and overall to kind of redo my old LP, because that Let's Play was semi-blind, you could say. Some of the things I was experiencing for the first time in the Let's Play, which I would say are like some bosses and some things I just immediately recorded without actually practicing. But this, I've played the game so many times this time around, so yeah. Anyways, also the DLC I feel like changes up the pace of the game so much. If you start the game with the DLC versus playing the game before the DLC even came out and getting it later on, I feel like that alone was a lot different coming into the Let's Play, or just playing the game in general. But yeah, we are currently just kind of strolling with Agro to make our way to the southern portion of Hyrule, as we're going to follow this pathway. I'm pretty much going to follow pathways throughout this Let's Play, if it's my first time strolling through it, I guess you could say. But if I've been there before, I'll definitely teleport and whatnot. Sadly, I can't teleport anywhere if I want to keep my horse with me, and that was the one stable that we currently have, and there's a shrine near it, so why not grab it? But there is actually a stable that should be up here if we kind of go up that pathway. We don't even have the map though, so I'm not going to bother getting that stable until we do get the map. So we're just going to focus on one thing first, and that is, like I mentioned, being able to give our horse a specific saddle that will actually let you avoid stables 100%. You'll never need a stable from there on out once you do this specific thing, and that is yeah, a DLC item, sadly, which, you know, if you played the game when it first came out, you wouldn't have been able to do this in your first playthrough whatsoever. But hey, we're playing the game now, and we're going to change up the, you know, method with how we're going to tackle things. And I think this is going to make places overall so much easier, because, yeah, without needing to constantly stop by a stable and have your horse with you at all times, it's just going to make things super convenient and super fast, just to kind of go from one place to another, from teleporting and then immediately jumping on your horse. It's such a nice thing that they've added, but sadly, yeah, it had to be through DLC, as overall a lot of really cool small things were added through the DLC. I don't know why Nintendo hasn't made a Game of the Year edition of Breath of the Wild that has the DLC packed in it, so, you know, people who do want to buy the game can get it. I guess maybe for marketing, because they still sell Breath of the Wild for $60 and the DLC is $20, so having it be a Game of the Year version, it would be weird just to sell it for 80. I'm surprised Nintendo hasn't dropped the price. I mean, we've never really seen Nintendo do DLC with their main titles. This was essentially their first one when it comes to a main Zelda game. I mean, Hyrule Warriors had DLC and stuff like that, but it was still new to Nintendo. I'd say this is like the first time they kind of fully committed and added actual content. So I wonder how they're going to go forward with, you know, adding it into the game permanently, making a full version. Will they do that? Will we get a complete Breath of the Wild version, so you just kind of have everything in the cartridge from the beginning when you get it? I have no clue, but yeah, here is a bridge that is known in the Zelda series. Obviously, this is the most grand it's ever been, and this is the Bridge of Hylia. It's obviously what connects the Lake of Hylia, and Lake Hylia, as you can see, doesn't look as nice as it did, in my opinion, when it comes to how it looked in previous games. Lake Hylia was not as, I guess, shallow as it is here. Like, the lake is much lower, and I don't know, it seems a lot more dead in this game than it was in games like Twilight Princess or even Ocarina of Time. But it still looks nice, but I'd say this is one of the few areas within Hyrule that Breath of the Wild didn't do justice. But I'm actually gonna take off my soldier's helm because I do prefer the way Link looks without it. You know, I feel like the helmet isn't that good of a look for Link, plus I like to actually see his face. Overall, the set makes him look like a true warrior, especially without the helmet per se. It reminds me kind of like of my Dark Souls character, which I never usually have the helmet on either. That's a game that you usually want to have the helmet on because the character customization kind of sucks. But personally, I don't, you know, let my character look bad. I always put effort in the character customization. But Link obviously has a beautiful face. We don't want to cover any of it. We want to make sure we can see him at all times. But okay, let's just go ahead and avoid these enemies. I don't want to get hit, especially since I took off my helmet. I have a lot less armor. Not a lot, but 4 less, which is a good amount for like a headpiece. And as I mentioned before, this armor set can be the most defense you can get from a normal set, you could say, because there are other things that will give you more armor. Specifically, the tunic I mentioned that we'll be getting hopefully later in this video once we get a couple stuff completed. But yeah, let's go ahead and quickly climb this tower, as it is really simple. There's nothing really stopping us. There are a few towers within this game that you're going to want to be more prepared for, especially when it comes to, you know, conserving your stamina, as I'm just kind of spamming the jump button because I don't want to waste too much time, as it is, you know, pretty straightforward with these few towers. Again, also surrounding the Great Plateau is usually the easiest towers as well. But yeah, there we go. We managed to get ourselves the Lake Tower, I want to say is the name of this, and now we can see all of Lake Hylia and what's surrounding it. So we're filling up the map slowly but surely, and yeah, it's kind of important, if you ask me, getting the map done as soon as possible when it comes to at least looking for shrines. But I don't really need the map per se to do so, but I do want to at least show it off because I am playing in pro mode. So for those who are trying to watch this as a guide, I can at least show off where I'm going to be heading to, because yeah, there's usually no map on my screen, and if you're new to the game, it's usually hard to kind of pay attention, but you know, for me it's pretty straightforward. So what we're going to be doing now is, as you can see all the way over there, there is a small island. It's called Hylia Island, and on this island we can actually get a shrine. We'll find one, but I want to do it in a much faster way, and to do so I'm going to go ahead and launch myself at hyper speed, as you can see with the wind bomb glitch. At least that's what some of you guys told me the name is. I don't know. I saw some people do it, and I just started messing around with it and became, I want to say, pretty decent at it. You know, it's easy to get used to if you just keep practicing, and it only takes 1 heart and not too much stamina to align the bomb perfectly behind Link to then launch it and give him all that air. So with areas like this where it would just be gliding slowly, I'm going to use it, but obviously I'm not going to try to use it to be cheap or anything, at least for those following who don't want to use this wind bomb glitch of sorts. Now, I do consider it a glitch because obviously the game isn't designed for you to be using this method of flying into the air, because obviously the game would lag, and I don't feel like Nintendo would have something that is intended to be in the game that would literally stutter the game, completely halting the gameplay for a couple seconds, which luckily it didn't do it there, but it does do it often if you're like going really far and really fast. Sometimes the game just can't handle it. But okay, let us shatter the heavens. This is a really interesting title for a shrine. Just go ahead and have the bomb roll into there, and then you want to use a bomb right over here, and very simply stasis it, switch back to this bomb, which will give it tons of impact with kinetic energy, and then launch the rock forward, and then hit the bomb button with the other rock, and then there you go. It's pretty straightforward, but the steps are quite a bit because you have to constantly swap between all your Sheikah runes, or at least the stasis and the 2 bombs. But once you do that, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. So I'm going to do this, and then once again do this, and this time we're going to want to be on top of it, and then let go with the stasis, and boom, we have completed this shrine just like that. Yeah, not too difficult, and I don't even think we could pick this up because we have too many weapons on us. So, oh well, this is why, again, I don't go out of my way to mess with every single chest, because it's just gonna happen like that. I'm gonna open it, and even if it's a weapon that's not bad, like, I totally don't mind having that weapon in my inventory. I don't want to have to throw away something just to put that one, so I'm just putting it right back into its chest. So yeah, there we go. But now with 4 Spira Orbs, we'll be able to get ourselves some more stamina, which I'm going to aim for. I want to get full max stamina, which is a total of just 3 wheels, but with it, it will make running in certain areas a lot easier. Climbing, you can climb so much more recklessly and constantly leap as you climb, which are a lot of benefits. Obviously, having low hearts is not the best thing either, though, because you can die in pretty much one hit. Like, one good arrow to the face, especially with not enough armor, will straight up kill me. So I gotta be careful, because I'm pretty much one-shot material, especially to enemies later on within the game. I mean, already a Guardian could probably kill me in one good hit, so hopefully this armor gives me a little durability if that does happen. I'm hoping we won't have to deal with that. But okay, I decided to teleport back because it would have taken me way too long to do otherwise, and all I want to do is head back to my horse aggro, as yeah, we're still on the mission to get ourselves the gear it needs, which is pretty much just a saddle that will allow us to have aggro anywhere we need it to be. So yeah, I still haven't decided on a gender, because I keep forgetting the gender in the original Shadow of the Colossus. I believe it's a she, but at the same time I don't even know anymore, and I don't think this game you could tell, unless there's like something with horses that even the game, you know, designers added that I'd be able to tell, but personally I have no clue, so I'm not gonna bother. If any horse enthusiasts are out there, please let me know if there's like something that can signify it that isn't, you know, something they clearly not put within the game, if you catch my drift. But okay, anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and arrive in the Faron Woods. Coming here, it's kind of cool, just, you know, being able to take in all of these trees at once, and the designs that are all over this area of the woods. As you can see, a bunch of ancient looking artifacts that aren't Sheikah related, and they have very interesting designs on it, from snakes to, you know, other types of animals, and I'm definitely going to show it off the more we explore here, but I'm not here to really, you know, mess with Faron Woods. I'm actually just here to grab a shrine and then continue on to get that saddle that we're questing for. But yeah, we'll be back. This is the one area within the game that's more so optional for shrines, as there isn't a divine beast within the Faron region, which kind of a shame, because I always love the forest areas within Zelda, so it would have been cool to have a forest-like divine beast. but sadly that isn't the case whatsoever. There's no forest race either. Before it was the Kokiri, which essentially were the Korok, and the Korok are everywhere. They're in every single area within the game, so it doesn't really matter. You know, their region is all of Hyrule, as that's pretty much what the great Deku Tree had set out for them within the Wind Waker. But in this game, we'll hopefully learn more about it, because I don't really want to spoil exactly what's the case for that. All we know is that they're littering all of Hyrule with their poop, and Link has to pick it up. That's what's really happening. They're, you know, stinky gold poop. But, okay, let's go ahead and take on this. This is a minor test. I mentioned earlier that, yeah, normally you don't want to... Okay, I'm really messed that up. I was hoping to get a nice... Really? Don't do that. He's using his shield, which is annoying. Okay. There we go. Avoid that. I was hoping to do a Flurry Rush, but it's no big deal. I'm just going to go ahead and quickly kill him. But yeah, minor tests of strengths are obviously super easy to take on. I don't have to worry too much about... wait. Okay, move. What? How did you hit me and hit that? Okay, it's fine. I'm good. I think he's already going to give up and do his final set of attacks, which is going to be charging up, yep, the laser to attack me. I don't know if this is our first one we've officially taken on. I believe it is. But yeah, minor tests of strengths are usually pretty easy. I shouldn't have been hit there. I was trying to hide behind one of these pillars, which would actually stun them for a couple seconds and stop them from hitting you, but somehow it managed to get me. So I'm going to throw this and pick up this weapon instead, and also, oh, I actually had a room for that weapon. Oh well. Let's go ahead and drop this Boko shield, because yeah, now I can have a Guardian shield, which, just like the Guardian sword, yeah, looks so amazing and pretty much creates, you know, I don't even know what kind of tech this is, but you know, just like a laser-like shield of sorts that will be pretty nice, especially when trying to face Guardians, but not this one in particular. And okay, at least we get this boomerang, so it was worth throwing our weapon. And luckily we don't have to heal, as with every Spirit Orb we obtain, we'll be able to get ourselves a full max HP, I guess you could say. It will just heal us up, back up, essentially. But okay, this Sheikah Monk isn't doing any particular pose that's unique. I feel like we've seen this one before, and I don't think every single monk has a unique pose, but yeah, I feel like this one was one we've seen, like, not, you know, too long ago. Obviously, we've only done 13 shrines, so makes sense, but yeah. But with that done, let's just go ahead and continue on. Luckily, yeah, that was a minor test. If it was a major, I wouldn't have even had enough weapons to completely take down that Guardian, as its HP would have been more than enough for all my weapons, and I would have probably broken all my weapons just trying to kill it. So yeah, definitely not worth it. We need more powerful weapons to take care of it much quicker, as all our weapons are pretty weak. Even these Guardian ones, they're the most basic of Guardian weapons, as we're literally getting them from the most basic of Guardians. Yeah, the the ones we get from minor tests of strength. But what it is nice is you'll actually be able to farm these weapons from these shrines at certain points within the game. I'll be sure to get into when that happens, as there has to be an event that essentially takes place, which will have all enemies you've killed respawn, including those enemies within shrines. But as you can see, there's a bunch of Bokoblins that are acting like hoodlums with their horses, just, you know, making it annoying for any traveler to come by. So we're gonna have to deal with that, and we can actually deal with that here in the Highland Stable. Obviously we can just kill them straight up, but this person over here will actually request for us to do so. So is this your first time here? No, not my first time. I see. Does it really matter? But I think she's gonna offer us, yes, this. We should take care of these band of riders as they're roaming the place. And I mean, they're not even human or anything like that. They're Bokoblins, so they need to die. You know, Link is the Bokoblin Slayer, so we're gonna make sure to slay them. I just actually realized having this armor set kind of fits the reference I'm going for, but sadly this doesn't cover Link's face or give him a glowing red eye. But yeah, so I'm just gonna take it off. No need for it. But okay. here is actually the area where we can change our horse's saddle and their mane, and along with just some other stuff, but I'm not going to be doing that yet as there's a shrine I want to quickly do, and once I do take on the shrine, we'll come back and do that, but obviously I don't even have the saddle I came all the way here for, but this was the only stable that you can swap your saddle, so we had to come here, but luckily the saddle we're looking for is right by this stable, so it works out perfectly with us going out of our way to come here, because we need to be here first off to switch the saddle, and on top of it, we need to be here to obtain the saddle, which I'll show off where it is. But okay, metal doors open the way. Okay, well, let's do that. I did it. I did the puzzle, guys. Well, okay, well, it's closing the way there, but that's it, guys. That's the whole shrine done. Not really, but it's actually that straightforward, believe it or not. So let's go ahead and avoid that. Wait, that worked out perfectly. So comes out, yeah, that's how nice it is to use a guardian shield on at least these mini guardians, as it completely you know, reflected its attack. Don't try it on the bigger ones, because it will just probably end up breaking your shield immediately, so even though you might get some protection, it's not worth it. It's always better to actually parry those ones, but this one, it's not worth it, because parrying the smaller blast will not actually deflect it back, which kind of sucks. But okay, so what I do want to do here is use this to push this down, which I think I hopefully did, and then also use it to be my bridge. Yeah, I did. Nice. So I can easily get that. So yeah, there are many ways to solve this. I'm gonna do it probably the absolute laziest way one can do it, and that is have it fall down like this. There we go, and now it will work as a bridge that will take us upwards, instead of using it to bridge yourself from one platform to another and then attempting to do it up there. I feel like this is so much easier. So this is the easiest way to complete the shrine without, you know, trying to be accurate or anything. It will just slide off perfectly, and yeah, just like that, we have completed it. And hopefully we'll be able to complete, well, I think 3 more to get ourselves 2 upgrades in our stamina wheel, as I'm aiming now to have 8, so we only need 2 more spirit orbs. But yeah, I want to have 8 by the end of this video, so I can actually get myself 2 upgrades to the stamina wheel, hopefully almost completing a third one, or a second one rather, because yeah, it takes 5 full upgrades to make an entire stamina wheel, so it's not too long to max out your stamina. Hearts obviously is much longer, but it makes sense as it's your HP. And sometimes it's more important. But in my opinion, if, you know, you're good at not getting hit too often, you don't really need the hearts. And plus, there are ways to kind of avoid both. And that is actually, you know, just making yellow hearts and yellow stamina with certain foods. And I do believe we have one meal I already created last time. Yeah, that gives us a bunch of yellow hearts, but I don't want to use it yet. I'm actually going to hurt myself right now to make my way to where this area is. So yeah, here is the Lake of the Horse God, and this is essentially where the Horse God will be. I'm not going to mess with the Horse God at the moment. And okay, I had the wrong rune out. Oops. Let's go ahead and attempt to do this again. Let's see. I don't really need to do this as it's not that far, but why not, okay? And I actually messed that up entirely. The bombs, when performing the wind bomb glitch, you need the first bomb you dropped, which is usually the circular bomb, to actually be moving faster than the square bomb, which what I mean by that is when you open up like the bullet time mode or the slow-mo mode, whatever you want to call it, which I want to see if I could do it here. Okay, I couldn't. But when you do open up in that mode, it kind of like switches the speed of both bombs, and you'll be able to have the circular bomb align perfectly with the square bomb, and then you can just kind of launch yourself when it hits Link's back. It sends them flying at crazy speed, but I advise not doing it if you don't have it aligned right. That's pretty much how you'd mess it up. So there I didn't want to do it because yeah, I would have just ended up hurting myself and consuming a lot of stamina without getting too far. But anyways, here is, and I guess I should show off how it looks, an EX chest, which I love how it actually has the Zelda font written with it. But yeah, so this is the ancient saddle. This is what I'm talking about. This is the saddle I was waiting to get before I continue adventuring, because now with it, yeah, we can do quite a bit. And I guess I should teleport back, because I do want to equip the ancient saddle onto Agro and also help out that old lady with the bokoblins, as we're gonna slay them real quick. But yeah, once I do equip this on Agro, pretty much no longer will I need to, you know, enter a stable, or rather take my horse from the stable, because yeah, Agro will literally be a whistle away, which is so cool. I'm really glad Nintendo thought of that, because even though there are stables all throughout Hyrule, it's still inconvenient to constantly try to do that. And hopefully she notices Agro is next to me. Okay, she did, which is good. And now, yeah, just by speaking to her, if our bond is maxed, then we'll be able to apply saddles, change the mane, and apply a different, I believe, bridle, which you can also get. But I don't have the ancient bridle, which we can get as well, but I mainly want the saddle. So all I have is the ancient saddle. But this is the most important thing with, you know, within the game when it comes in terms of horses. As you could tell, yeah, by the name and by how it looks, it's a Sheikah Tech saddle. And it is absolutely amazing what it does to your horse. But let's go and do the floral mane, because, I mean, the flowers look pretty nice, and I like the longer hair for the mane. It looks, yeah, in my opinion, looks pretty cool. So there you go, Agro set. And now, you know, Agro doesn't have to walk to me. I'm just going to whistle. Agro, come here. So, yeah, it doesn't even have to bother. Even if it's that close to you, it will still teleport just like that. Pretty nice. Now, anywhere we teleport, we don't have to bother trying to bring our horse with us. We'll have our horse with us at all times. So, okay. Now, let's go ahead and do this quest at hand. And I don't want to hit the horse, actually. Okay, yeah, let's hit you. Or not. Yeah, come here, actually. I did hit the horse. Whatever, it doesn't matter. These horses will be free again. It's better for them to, you know, suffer a little bit rather than... Oh, Agro, that was actually badass. I love how Agro managed to use an attack on it. I mean, it was, in the end, just afraid, but... Okay, let's actually eat this so I don't worry about my HP at all, but... an easier way to do this is probably like... Come here! No, okay, I missed. I'd say using the bow is easier, but okay, let's just avoid it. Do I have more bows? Yeah, I do. Okay, never mind, we're good. So, take this! Fall off, and now, come here! Uh-oh! Okay, that did no damage. I just want to kill it immediately. I'm a rather rusty Bokoblin slayer, I guess you could say. Or Bokoblin, rather. Whoa, it's actually attacking this traveler. Alright, so I'd rather do this on horseback, but I'll just chase him and then knock him down like this. Which, yeah, now we can go ahead and... Whoa, why are you... Okay, let's actually jump away. Why am I crouching? Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm here just to kill him. And now come back, Agro. I think we're done. Is it the last one? Or is there one still around? Normally it would show on the side of the screen that the side quest has been updated. Oh, there was one more. Okay, we're gonna do it from horseback to horseback. There you go. And then I got no arrows. Never mind. I don't want to use my other arrows. I'm just gonna go ahead and use this claymore. Perfect. And he didn't even have a weapon, so he couldn't really do anything about it. But there you go. Now it's been updated. The horseback hoodlums have been defeated. And now I can pick up my reward, which, I'll be honest, this side quest, I just did it to do the side quest. It's not worth it in terms of the reward you'll actually be getting. So, yeah, but I believe she's asleep. Can we wake her up? Get up. No, get up. Really? Okay, well that happens. So let me just go ahead and have time pass, wait for it to be morning to actually claim my reward. I find that kind of cool. You know, NPCs do things throughout their day, so it makes sense that they need to sleep, but it denied me my reward, so I had to pick it up. There we go. So we got an Endura Carrot. That's not bad, but it's just one lousy item. So yeah, now what's awesome is I can teleport to Impa and not have to worry about finding a way to bring Aggro along. Aggro is literally a whistle away, as mentioned before, so yeah, this is going to make teleporting to areas super easy, because Aggro could pretty much teleport as well, which is so nice with the ancient Horus gears. So yeah, this is going to make things really, really easy to just kind of jump from one area to another, as, you know, teleporting is important. I have played the game before without teleporting. I feel like you can really appreciate Hyrule more if the game didn't let you teleport so early on within the game. Or maybe you could only teleport to towers or something. I feel like that would upset a lot of people, as there'd be a lot of time just backtracking and walking. But I kind of like that. But obviously, since we can teleport, I'm going to abuse it. But it would be cool to have that kind of challenge and not need to use the teleportation. But anyways, yeah, we're back speaking with Impa. So I heard Purah was giving you the runaround, but you seem just fine. And there you go, the locked mementos has been completed. But now then, let me see. So we're gonna go ahead and show her the album that Zelda took 100 years ago that happened to be restored. And aha, this, without a doubt, the camera that Princess Zelda used 100 years ago. Okay, and yeah, that's straight up Hyrule Castle that Zelda took a photo of. So it could be that if you visit the locations within those photos, you will be able to restore some of your lost memories. Come back here once you have tried going to at least one of those locations. There's something I wish to give you, and that is the item we want from her. So captured memories is the quest at hand. And yeah, this is essentially where we pretty much have to visit each and every location that is in this album, and one we've already been to, and that is, yes, this lake that is looking over at the Twin Peak Mountains. So yeah, pretty much I'm gonna go ahead and teleport to the Great Plateau to make my way back there. But as you can see, Aggro will be able to join me even on the Great Plateau. Actually, Aggro can be on the plateau. Like, you can have horses on the plateau, even though this is pretty much the only way to get a horse on the plateau is by having him teleport, and or like somehow spawning Epona on to the plateau by using an amiibo. But again, I'm not really going to bother by trying to get Epona, because there's no point, and Epona can't even use this ancient saddle, so it's not worth it. It's worth actually using a horse you've tamed within the game. But yeah, let's go ahead and get our first memory. This is the easiest one to get, like I mentioned, and the fastest way to get there is just by teleporting to the plateau, because you can just glide to where the place is, which is, yeah, just beyond the lake. But I do believe what I want to do to make my way there even faster, there's two ways. One, okay, and I messed that up. Not gonna bother. One way would be the using the horse by teleporting now, or the other way would be using the wind bomb glitch, which I don't want to do if I don't have it. Oh, I didn't even have it explode. Whatever. Okay, we're pretty much there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even take that long. Let's use our guardian shield to, you know, pick up the speed. We're not really going that fast, and we broke it, but whatever. I'd rather not attempt doing the wind bomb method if I'm gonna end up exploding in the air and actually hurting myself without sending myself flying. It's never worth it. But as you can see, this may look familiar to the photo, and that is because it is the exact location. You could see the lake, you could see the Twin Peak Tower, or mountains rather, over at Necluda, and somehow a deer just spawned right in front of us, but whatever, I'm gonna ignore that. Yes, this light is indicating that there is a memory for us to recall, because this is pretty much where we've stood before. So let's go ahead and do so, and essentially this is how you get all of the past knowledge from what happened 100 years ago, and get to learn about Link and all the characters that tagged along with him, mainly it being Zelda, as he was her appointed knight. So let's go ahead and recall just by clicking A. And I wonder if it was the same time of day. I'm hoping it is. We're going to be able to tell by the lighting in the photo, as Link will actually realize, like, oh wait, I've seen this place before. Here, and no, okay, it's not exactly the same time. This is more like midday, and we're still early in the morning, but
これからゴロンシティに向かいます。あの真珠と ダルケルの相性を高める調整を行わねばなりません。何度か動かせたとは言っても、まだまだ未知の部分が残されています。それでもあれは人の手で作られたもの。人工のものならきっと理解できますし、使いようもわかります。だから私は必ずあれを薬剤ガノンに対抗できるよう仕上げてみせます。あなたはその背中の剣を使いこなせていますか？その剣に宿るという内なる声、それが聞こえているのですか
？And there we go. Just by standing in that exact location, Link remembered what happened here 100 years ago. And it's so cool to think that Link had the Master Sword then, and pretty much we don't have it now. We have no clue where it is, but we're gonna slowly learn about that as we continue on. But Link was already a hero back then, which to me, that is so cool to think about. And now that he's suffering from amnesia, you have to pretty much piece the puzzle together and figure out how and what happened and how to pretty much be where he was 100 years ago. But okay, so as you can see, yeah, things are gonna be so convenient now as Agro is with us. I don't have to attempt to tame another horse. I don't have to do anything. So we're just gonna go ahead and I felt bad by running over that, as you'll literally kill them by doing so. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get the tower of this area, because as you can see, all of what should be Hyrule Field isn't filled out on the map, and this is pretty much like one of the first towers you want to get within the game, as it's in the center of Hyrule. So let's go ahead and do exactly that. As you can see, there is a couple of bokoblins though messing around with these guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and give them a lesson. Let's go and do the sneak strike. There we go. Wait, what? How'd you shield that? How is it that I haven't been able to do a proper sneak strike whatsoever throughout this? Okay, now this guy's pissed. I killed your brother. I'm gonna kill you too, buddy. And there you go. I like how these guys are just watching. But yeah, the travelers will usually help you if they can, but they kind of suck in general. You got away with the sword, and hopefully we get ourselves, yeah, a tough mushroom omelet. Not bad. These are really good to pick up from travelers. Like, you always want to pick up meals from travelers when you do help them out killing enemies, and the main reason for that is because you can actually see the ingredients of the that they use to make it, and you can figure out how to make it yourself. So yeah, this one required just these 4 ingredients, and that's how you make a tough mushroom omelet. I think that's really cool, because it's pretty much how I learned how to make all the meals within the game, because I'd always get like a weird meal that I haven't tried making within the game, and like a NPC will give it to me, so you can easily just check out the recipe yourself and then replicate it when you have the materials for it. But okay, here is another shrine, and yeah, it's gonna leave us with one more after this one to upgrade. I totally forgot to upgrade my stamina at least once, but it doesn't matter. We'll do them both at the same time. It's not like I need the little extra bit of stamina at the moment. We're just taking on a shrine. But yeah, if we do head back to Impa, since we did visit one of those locations and got the first memory we can get, you can get them in any order though. Depends on which pathway you choose to take. But since we got the easiest one within the game, the one that's right in front of the Great Plateau, yeah, we'll be able to get the special item that Impa offered giving us when we return, and that is going to be the tunic Link was wearing in that memory we watched that happened 100 years ago, and I do really want that, even though I'm loving my... Oh wait, did I really miss? Okay, let's do this correct. So throw this away. All you want to do is, there's 2 ways to do this. I like doing it like this, stopping it, you know, it looks way more badass when he stops it like this, but there's other ways to do it, but whatever. Okay, let's use this fire arrow over here. Knock this down. Yeah, you guys stay here. Yeah, come on, come on. You want to fight? You want to fight? You want to fight? You want to fight? Peace! Oh, I got it too! I'm like, I was hoping to like jump to the side, but hey, we all got rolled by a giant boulder, and luckily they died. We survived. because we did have some extra HP. But nice. This is one of my favorite weapons to get within the game. Obviously, I love two-handed weapons, and look at how badass this weapon is. In the name, the Edge of Duality, you know, this is a Sheikah weapon, as you can tell. The little, what's it called, scabbard it has also looks so cool, seeing the Sheikah eye, and obviously the fact that it is a two-handed weapon makes it so awesome. But yeah, okay. So that's the easiest way to kill those guardians. Normally you just want to keep them standing in the center and then just avoid the giant boulder before it comes at you. I managed to make that look horrible. I was trying to act cool and I just failed big time, but it's all good. At least we survived and then we can continue on within the shrine. I do like these longer ones, like I've said before. You know, they're always so fun to kind of take on. And okay, this should be easy to take on because we have a weapon that does freaking 100 hits, 100 damage per 2 hits. I mean, it does 50. It's such a strong weapon early on within the game. I kind of don't want to use it too much because I don't want it to break. But let's see, what weapons do I not need at the moment? I guess I don't really need a sledgehammer, so I'm going to grab one of these spears, a guardian spear. We haven't picked up one of these before, so now we do. And yeah, they're not bad, but they're also not amazing. And oh, the reason why I actually didn't avoid that rock is because I can't do this. This is the best way to dodge stuff if you're trying to jump, and to not fall if you're trying to do this, because if we stepped on that side, we would have accidentally tilted this platform and fell down, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, the best way to get some air is by doing this. For some reason, thought I still had the Guardian Shield on me, which is a shield you don't really see on Link's back because it you know, doesn't really show unless you have it out. Kind of like this, you can't really see the blade on the spear, but there you go. The laser Sheikah tech shows only when you have it equipped, but yeah, that's kind of the main reason why I messed that up. Okay, come on, really? Okay, this is really easy to do. You want to make sure you hit it hard enough, boom, send it flying, and then one more time. It's this really weird Sheikah concept, but there you go. Once you do that, you can open up this door and continue on. Let's pick up this chest, whatever may be in it. Hopefully not a weapon. Sweet, an ancient core. We actually need these. They're probably one of the more rare guardian pieces you can find, or ancient pieces, ancient tech. And Purah will definitely be wanting those, as well as the person she mentioned that is in the Akkala Tech Lab, which is Robbie. When we do reach Akkala, we'll definitely be doing that. But okay, if you don't have a arrow that has fire on it, which I only have fire arrows, you can just use this torch to light it up, and then just go ahead and do this, and then with this going down, you want to go ahead and send this flying. But wait, okay, well, I messed that up. You want to make sure you use stasis on this as well, so let's go ahead and do this correctly. So okay, that messed that one up too. Hopefully I can do this. Let's go. Perfect. And it should open up the door. There you go. So it requires a little timing, and you want to make sure you do it while your stasis is activated on this, because yeah, the boulder's way, it will just knock it back down, and I don't want that to happen. But okay, now go ahead and use stasis on this to send this piston flying into the door. I'll just open up the final area for this shrine, because right up there should be where our reward is. So we kind of went in circles, because in reality this is where we kind of fought the guardians, as you can see. We went in a giant circle and came back. But I love the structure of this shrine. Very few shrines I enjoy, because these feel like bite-sized dungeons of sorts. But okay, I don't want to get this yet because there is a chest, and if my memory serves me correctly, this chest is one of the rarest things you can find in Minecraft and in Hyrule. Yeah, it's a diamond, which is actually like really nice within this game, because they sell for a pretty rupee, and I definitely want to use that if I need the cash. I mean, the cash is pretty helpful early on within the game, whether you're trying to get arrows or just in general outfits. But this guy looks like he's just done waiting, this Sheikah monk, but you don't have to wait any longer. Give me that spirit orb. Okay, so we need one more. I'm thinking of maybe getting the tower and calling it in terms of exploring Hyrule Field, because I'd rather save Hyrule Field's exploration when I plan on tackling everything in it, not tackle bits and pieces. But yeah, let's go ahead and now make our way to the tower so we can fill out this part of the map. But I guess I want to try something different, because what surrounds the tower are a bunch of guardians, one literally moving, as you can see right over there. It looks terrifying. And then a bunch of decayed ones, which will just try to shoot us with obviously their laser beam, which is, yeah, you know, something we can avoid by parrying properly, but I'm not gonna sit and waste my time and take out every single guardian so that way we can climb peacefully. I want the challenge, you know? It's what makes it exciting. That music that plays when a guardian's about to kill you is just something that brings rush into my blood. Not really. Okay, I don't really care. I'm actually just gonna try something else. So we got a quick Korok seed by offering an apple that we could easily just pick up right over here. But yeah, what I want to do is, okay, if I line myself correctly, have the remote bombs out, and jump, I could maybe give myself enough speed to send myself. Oh, can I do it? Did I do it? Oh wait. Yeah, wait, okay, that was so quick. I was afraid I was gonna fly past it, but that was kind of epic. You know, I literally got the tower without climbing, so that is a possibility. You just gotta make sure you do the wind bomb rune correctly, or the wind bomb glitch, you know, with your bomb runes and whatnot. But yeah, there we go. So that's how you skip a tower. You just need a little air, a little height, and insane speed. But yeah, so the game did stutter, which I feel like kind of helped. I was able to time exactly when I needed to let go of the parachute. Because the second you do let go of the parachute, you lose speed. At least the crazy momentum you get from the glitch. So yeah, but with that, we have now got ourselves the map of Central Hyrule, which is, yeah, very important, because now you can see where Hyrule Castle is on the map. We can see it detailed, but we're going to save that area for later. Though, something I do want to do is, since we are on top of this tower, there is the first, I believe if I actually open up the map, there's the first memory that is shown. This is pretty much the memory where Link is Zelda's Appointed Knight, where he first becomes it, and I do want to show it off, and I do want to obtain it. So, as you can tell, it's just right in front of Hyrule Castle, and as we can see on the map, right in front of Hyrule Castle would be right here, as the castle is there. So we just need to make our way here, pretty much position ourselves to where we want to go, which would be sort of this direction. So as long as we are aligned perfectly to where we want to go, we can attempt to once again go ahead and launch ourselves at maximum speed, just like this. And now I can avoid any guardian that will even try to shoot my way as I go ahead and glide my way to Hyrule Castle. But we're not going to Hyrule Castle per se. Again, we're trying to make our way to where the memory was taken, or at least the photo was taken, so that way we can recover a piece of our memory, and that is over here, just at the center point. Something pretty grand happened. This is pretty much where Link was, you know, appointed as Zelda's Knight, or at least where a certain thing happened. We're gonna figure out exactly from the cutscene, but this is like the first memory within the game that you can get from these lost memories. So I feel like it's important to get it as soon as possible, as, yeah, if you want it like chronologically, you do actually need to get it in the order that is shown like this, but obviously it's gonna be a bit ridiculous to attempt to go to each location exactly in that order just because you want to get it in that fashion. So I'm at least gonna get these two because they're the first two, and we only need one to get the item from Impa. So okay, there's a guardian wanting to attack me, but you know what, it's time to pause everything. No need to, you know, even think about the guardian. It's out of our minds, out of sight, literally disappeared for this cutscene to happen. And well, I do want to pay attention to this. See, Hyrule Castle was built. There was no Calamity Ganon, nothing was destroyed. This is like one of the only areas where the photos don't change, or have changed drastically. Look at how destroyed everything is here. But everywhere else, it kind of looks the same when you look at the photos to how it is now 100 years ago. But anyways...
大魔の剣に選ばれしハイラルの勇者よ。そのたゆまぬ努力と結実せし剣技を認め、女神ハイリアの名において祝福を授けん。空を舞い時を巡り黄昏に染まろうとも、結ばれし剣は勇者の魂と共にさらなる力がそなたと、そして大魔の剣に宿らんことを。はるか遠き過去に生まれし
やれやれ。前途多難みてえだな。
何言ってんの。お月の騎士任命の記念に太古の伝説真似てみろって林立てたのあんただろ。とはいえ彼に対する態度に関してはあの姫と気が合いそうだよ。僕
しょうがないよ。おひいさまにとっちゃあいつの存在はそうコンプレックスの象徴みたいなもんだから。
There we go. So now we figured out when it was Link was pretty much Zelda's appointed knight, and how the wait, whoa, holy crap! I didn't know it was still gonna hold the charge and be able to attack me like that. That was terrifying. But yeah, I find it really cool because the champions of Hyrule were there. They witnessed what happened. Princess Zelda was rather disappointed. You could tell by her voice, and I hope this kind of you know, makes up, or, you know, I guess answers the question why I'm playing the game in Japanese, because I'm not gonna lie, the voice acting is so much better, and you can hear the emotion in Zelda's voice in Japanese, so you could truly tell that she was disappointed, as one of the champions said, which was Urbosa, the Gerudo champion. But, yeah, there is one more thing I guess I can do while I'm here, and that is, as you can see by the rock that is hidden up there, yes, there will be a core rock right up here that we can easily pick up. But yeah, so while I did kind of, you know, skip most of the field itself by flying to this area, and I didn't really take this place in, that's because I want to save it for a time later on within the game. So we're gonna go ahead and troll by waiting for the Guardian to attack us and then fly away, because everything will freeze in time. Link's just like, nope, gotta go, peace. Can't even hit me because we're teleporting right out. But yeah, I'll definitely be back because obviously we're going to want to explore the ruins of Hyrule. But it's so nice to see Hyrule have, you know, not being destroyed, as you pretty much can't actually explore it within the game. So seeing it even from just that one cutscene is pretty nice. Though, yeah, like I said, every other memory you're gonna pass by within the game, nothing will change. Like, one thing I find kind of weird is, like, the trees that are in this photo that we went to are the exact same trees. There's no extra leaves. They aren't smaller, bigger, anything. Like, within 100 years, all of these photos pretty much look identical. Actually, except this one as well, because it's in Hyrule Castle, so we're gonna see a huge difference with this one. But I want to say the rest of them, even this one, is still intact the way it should be. So, yeah, I'm excited to obviously get all of these memories and piece the puzzle for Link, but they're in, you know, completely different locations throughout Hyrule that, yeah, it would take a time to get, so I'm just going to get them as I stroll by their areas. But, okay, now that we at least have one of these memories that we can find, we should speak to Impa as, yeah, then now you have found some of Princess's memories, you must have started to remember certain things. Here, I'll hand this over to you now, but before I forget. So, yes, we get the Champion's Tunic. In ancient Hyrule, this garment could only be worn by who had earned the respect of the royal family. Equipping it will reveal an enemy's life gauge, which is nice. You know, this is the only outfit that lets you be able to like figure out exactly how much damage you're doing to an exact HP. But yeah, overall it's the best looking tunic in my opinion. And it's based off of Link's outfit within the game. This is Link's main getup. So this is something of yours that I have been keeping safe by request of Princess Zelda. This clothing was specially made for you when you became a champion. Please handle it with care. So I love how this tunic has significance, unlike all the other Zelda tunics. Well, I guess in Twilight Princess and whatnot, they, you know, talked about, even in Wind Waker, it was the hero's clothes. But yeah, in this game, it's literally from like the royalty of Hyrule, which is awesome. And yeah, now we are dressed in how Link looks in the promotional art along with this. But let's go ahead and speak to Impa with it on and see what she thinks. So you may not remember your last meeting with Ganon, but it did not end well for you. Yeah, obviously that's why Hyrule is what it is. So I'm just gonna tell her I will not fail. We don't need to ask her anything. But how strange to think 100 years ago you wore that champion's tunic every day. I feel as though I've been transported in time. Link, our princess, you must rescue her. So yeah, I find it interesting how Impa will point it out when you are wearing the tunic, and this was Link's main outfit 100 years ago, so now we can rock it once again, and I don't know why I felt like I need to do that. But yeah, thanks Impa, now I don't need to really mess with her at the time being, because once we do get the remaining memories, she will have something for us, as yeah, we're not done with captured memories, we gotta do them all. But with that done, let's go ahead and see. We still are missing one more Spirit Orb, which will give us enough stamina for, you know, 2 full wheels. So I'm gonna do something a bit cheap, and that is go ahead and make my way to a shrine that we can easily glide to, as there are some wetlands over here, and this is an easy area to just kind of quickly get to, instead of kind of making our way around how there are pathways that you can walk. But what's the point if I can glide? And let's glide with speed, as I'm going to go ahead and do what is the best way to travel with, and that is, yes, send ourselves flying like this. And this is what I mean when the game stutters, so I don't feel like, yeah, this is something Nintendo wants you to do. But it's still nice that we can do it, and now we can go ahead and slowly make our way down to take on the shrine. I'm just going to quickly take on the shrine. Don't worry, we'll come back here and we'll actually explore it properly on foot. Every area I'm going to go ahead and use the wind bomb glitch to quickly exploit by, you know, fast traveling through. I'll be sure to eventually come back to within this Let's Play and, you know, thoroughly explore. But I just wanted to get a quick shrine, and this shrine is, you know, not something that we really need like to take our time with or to really explore around. You know, when I do come back to the wetlands, I'll do it properly. But yes, I just want to make sure I can get myself 2 stamina upgrades by the end of this. So we're gonna end off by taking on this this shrine. So there we go. Let's go ahead and do this. Did I do it? I think I did it. Yeah, the ball should have fallen in. Okay, good. I was like, it's still in the little scoop. You know, we got a scoopity whoopity doopity poopy. We just gotta pick up all the balls and just move it around, do this properly. It's nothing too crazy. You just want to be a little patient with using the Magnesis, because if you go too fast, it will tilt the scooper, and I won't be able to get my cereal. Come here, nah. Alright, let's scoop this. There we go. And now, what I want to do is bring it up here, and then push this against the wall like this to have it drop. Hopefully it didn't roll off. Hopefully. Okay, there we go. It didn't. And then pretty much drop this into the center of the water, as you can see. Voila. And now let's go ahead and jump down. I like how Link didn't freeze in time. Normally he does freeze when we're solving something, but there we go. Yeah, it will let the ball fall into the hole, which will activate this, essentially letting the water, you know, decrease and let us walk through. I was just thinking I'd like spaced out, but I was thinking, like, you know, in other Zelda games you could have dived under the water, but in this game you can't dive at all. You have to have the water pretty much lower itself so you can progress through it, which kind of sucks how water isn't a concept you could really explore through, and it makes sense with how big Hyrule is. They would have had to make underwater sections for all the water within the game, so that's why you can't even see what's underwater. But yeah, hopefully within Breath of the Wild 2, maybe Nintendo can add that depth when it comes to underwater areas, because that was something I absolutely loved within, you know, like Twilight Princess. Now Breath of the Wild is kind of like the Wind Waker, where water isn't really that accessible. Okay, so I want to go ahead and okay, well I slid down, so maybe we should get the Sheikah you know, outfit so we can use it to our advantage. Obviously I'm gonna want to use the Champion's Tunic mainly throughout this Let's Play, but if there is a specific outfit you do want me to try, which I'll try like in certain areas to at least utilize the outfit I need, but when I'm just exploring Hyrule, I'll probably rep what Link repped 100 years ago. But I do want to, you know, kind of utilize the Sheikah outfit because it does give you additional stealth, which is really nice, which I guess we should go ahead and pick up real quick. I can sell my diamond, which you don't have to worry, even though it's really rare to find and we got it from a chest, you can actually mine them. It's not too hard to mine, if anything, but yeah, let's go ahead and now do what we wanted to do, and that is, yes, get a bunch more stamina. So always satisfying to see these come down. And yeah, you can only find goddess statues within actual towns. Sadly, no stables. It would have been nice to have them in stables as well, so we can kind of upgrade on the go as well. But you can also find it obviously from the Temple of Time. That's like the one area, or either this one of the two, you could say, areas that aren't in actual towns, but you know, the other one we'll have to wait for when the time comes. But okay, so yeah, I got way more stamina, almost a complete second wheel, gonna be pretty nice. But yeah, new clothes, yeah, well not really, they have the same ones at all times, and we're gonna, yeah, buy the last piece we're missing. So I want to sell, and I believe the diamond's for 500 rupees, so yep, you could sell it for a pretty good penny, but I don't think that will do it because, yeah, we need 600 or something. I don't even know how much, but since we have so much more stamina, I could sell this that I made before, the energizing fish and mushroom skewer. I like how the text for that title is, you can tell it kind of scrunched up, you know, compared to the other text, because it's such a long title they tried to like fit it in, so they squeezed it in like that. But okay, so 700, really? Okay, well, no big deal. I'll sell something more. Let's see, what can I sell? I guess I could sell my pants if it's not that expensive. It's pretty cheap, actually, not worth it. Let's go ahead and just sell maybe like some guardian parts. This is 30, and we have a good amount of them. And don't worry, the more guardians we kill, the more we'll be able to pick up. So I'm just gonna sell 3 to have 6. You know, keep a couple extra rupees in my pocket as well. If I use Amiibo, I could totally get more stuff, but I'm not going to bother to do that either. So, okay. I believe I actually had some other material that I could have sold instead of that. Like, if I look over here, we had a ruby, which is worth 200 and so rupees. But whatever, okay. At least now we have completed this set. You know, we sold stuff that will work. I mean, ancient parts, I usually sell them after I get comfortable with killing guardians on end, because yeah, they become really easy to farm in general, and you're gonna want to farm them later within the game. So I don't mind selling a few guardian pieces. But yeah, there we go. Now we got the Sheik outfit. We're repping the Sheikah here, but like I said, I kind of want to keep this outfit. And actually, let me know in the comments if you want me to dye this hood red. You can't dye the champion tunic, sadly, but you could dye the pants. I'm not gonna bother. It looks ridiculous when it's not like a tannish, brownish color. But I'm thinking of dyeing the hood either orange or red to kind of represent Ashitaka from Princess Mononoke. I was thinking of his name, but yeah, he pretty much looks a lot like Link with the blue shirt, and you know, essentially Breath of the Wild I feel like takes so much inspiration from Princess Mononoke. So if you want me to somewhat cosplay him with the hood being a similar color to his hood, because he has an orange hood, I'll totally do that. But I feel like some people kind of want me to keep it traditional. So if you want me to keep it traditional, at least with the main set, let me know. Or if you'd rather have me do the cosplay to make it more personal, which I did in my previous Let's Play. But okay, let's just actually end things off by doing this, and that is I'm going to use the Young Link amiibo, and the Twilight Princess amiibo. Better not see Epona again. This is what happens. So we had Epona early on, and now we have her again. Yeah, you'll get her every time you pretty much use a Twilight Princess amiibo if you don't register her, I guess. So, and you can still get her without it. So this is gonna be annoying because I need to register her to attempt to farm for the actual Twilight Princess set. But let's use the Ocarina of Time one and the Toon Link one. I like how I just say Toon Link, not Wind Waker, but I guess that's like Toon Link's main game, so yeah. Okay, we're more garbage. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna do amiibo off screen since we're not getting anything good. I don't mind shock arrows, but let's at least try the Skyward Sword amiibo. I would love to get myself something rare like the Soldier's Shield. Cool. Okay, no. Alright, well, whatever. That about does it for this video. I'm just gonna let Epona be. We don't need her still. And yeah, next time we're gonna continue exploring Hyrule. We got a good amount done in terms of like filling up the map quite a bit, but we still have plenty more to explore. Obviously the corners of Hyrule haven't been explored whatsoever. So yeah, we're gonna continue getting shrines, side quests, pretty much anything we can do before, you know, even considering making our way to Hyrule. Zelda has a long time to wait before we consider saving her. So sucks to be you, Zelda. You waited 100 years, why not wait a bit longer? But yeah, there's a bunch of shrines we can get, and obviously the Divine Beasts, but I'm not gonna rush them. I'm gonna take my time and kind of really open up the world of Hyrule before I take on the Divine Beast. But I do want to take on one in particular that will make exploring altogether much easier. I'm sure you know what that one is. It's pretty much my favorite Divine Beast. So yeah, eventually we will do that. But anyways, yeah, that about does it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. As always, I've been Zelda Master, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!